All right, lovely people, this is the second video in my series of how to set up your homeschool from scratch. So you have gone and you have looked at your state's requirements and you have decided, yes, it is legal for me to homeschool. I can meet those requirements and you're ready to go. What now? Well, you're going to be excited. You're going to want to jump in. You're going to want to pull your kid out of public school if they're there, or you're going to want to start homeschooling right away. And that is amazing. And I love the enthusiasm. But you're going to want to do some prep work first. The first thing that you need to do if you have a parenting partner is make sure that you are on the same page. I cannot tell you how many people start homeschooling and they come to me and everything's a mess. And one of the biggest stresses is that their parenting partner didn't agree and wasn't really on board. The next thing you're going to want to do is talk to your kids and prepare them. You're going to want to set expectations. Now, some people don't bring their kids to homeschool if the kids don't agree with it, and some people really feel like they have to get their kids on board. That's really up to you. That's a personal decision. You don't have to have your kids excited to homeschool, but it's not that hard to get them excited to homeschool. Once you go through and you explain how the day's going to look and you make sure that you both negotiate and you have an idea of what you're both looking for, most kids are at least open to the possibility of trying it. If they're not on board and you still decide to homeschool, it's all right. When I pulled my older daughter out of school, she'd been in school for a little while, she was not pleased. She did not like this idea. 2 years down the road, she was telling all of her friends and all of their families, you should homeschool, it's amazing. So you don't have to have them on board, but if you spend some time to help them ease into the idea and help them kind of get that vision with you on what homeschool is going to look like, you are going to have a much easier time of it. I mentioned setting expectations for your kids, but you need to set expectations for everybody, and you need to be ready to hold some boundaries. Not everyone loves the idea that you're homeschooling, and it's okay. Not everybody has to love it, but you need to know in your heart that it is the right choice for you and your family, and you need to be ready when people criticize you so you don't melt into a big puddle of emotional goo because they're playing on all your insecurities. Infinite ways to kindly set boundaries with people who want to criticize your decision. So maybe take a moment, write them down, imagine what people are going to say to you, get a good response, practice it in the mirror, practice it in your camera, get a coach, practice it with your coach, but be ready for that criticism so that you don't melt in a time when you need to stand strong. Finally, you don't have to have all of your curriculum and all of your resources and everything completely ready before you homeschool. You can jump in, but you will want to have a few things done, buy a couple of educational games, get some notebooks, some pencils, look up a few websites. You don't have to have it all planned, but you want to have something ready. The takeaway here is take a little time, even just a few days, do some planning, get yourself ready so that you can step into this with confidence. And again, if you're having trouble with this, if you're not quite sure how to set it all up, I've got that workbook on my website, putting the website on the screen for you. You can just screenshot it or something. And go ahead and follow me for your next steps.